What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, reports are now surfacing that Olympic bronze medalist, former reigning WBC heavyweight American world champion superstar boxer Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder will indeed have a different opponent in his upcoming fight than what was to be expected in undefeated two-time heavyweight world champion British superstar boxer Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. According to reports, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder will come to an agreement in which Deontay Wilder will be paid as if he had the trilogy match, so he won't lose out on his purse, which is being reported to be a whopping $32 million for that purse. And then Tyson Fury would indeed be allowed to go ahead and face off against two-time unified fellow countryman, British superstar boxer, world champion Anthony Joshua. So with that said, two opponents are being reported to be that have surfaced to be Deontay Wilder's next two opponents. One being former IBF heavyweight American world champion superstar boxer Charles Martin. Charles Martin is now 34 years of age. Charles Martin sports a record of 28, 2-1, 25 by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out and one draw on his resume. He was knocked out by Anthony Joshua in a unification bout. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. He beat Daniel Martz, he beat Gregory Corbin, and he beat Gerald Washington in his last fight via knockout, dramatic knockout, the Daniel Martz and Gerald Washington fight. He lost a unanimous decision, lost to Adam Karnacki in a fight that I thought it was had for him to win. He lost to Anthony Joshua back in April of 2016. That was a unification bout. With that said, Charles Martin stands at 6'5", 80-inch arm reach, 34 years of age. Like I said, he sports a record of 28-2, 25 by way of knockout. Charles Martin fought on February 22nd. He fought on Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury's undercard. He was victorious against Gerald Washington. Now you have also another name that has surfaced as a possible opponent is Mexican former unified heavyweight world champion superstar boxer Andy Ruiz Jr. Andy Ruiz Jr. He beat Anthony Joshua in a shocking, one of the biggest upset in the history of sport of boxing. He is 33-2, two losses as well, 22 by way of knockout. He's 31 years of age, stands at 6'2", 74-inch arm reach. And the last time we saw him in the ring was when he lost a unanimous decision victory to Anthony Joshua. That was back in December 7th of 2019. So these are the two opponents. Now, remember, June 1st of that year, he defeated Anthony Joshua in dramatic fashion, knocking Anthony Joshua down 4 times and ultimately stopping him. Okay, so these are the names that are surfacing to replace Tyson Fury as Deontay Wilder's next upcoming opponent. Deontay Wilder, obviously, the hopes is still that Deontay Wilder lands that trilogy match, the rubber match with Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder himself, 42-1, one draw, 41 by way of knockout. He has knocked down or knocked out every opponent he's faced, including Tyson Fury twice. That one loss coming at the hands of Tyson Fury back in February of 2020. Same night, Charles Martin won his fight against Gerald Washington. And the one draw on his resume is to, obviously, Tyson Fury. With that said, there's no, true confirmation that this is, the road that's going to be driven. Now, obviously, there's no true conclusion as to whether what's going to happen with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's mediation. Okay, Tyson Fury is reporting that he is going to announce that he will be fighting Anthony Joshua very soon. You had top-ranked CEO, legendary promoter, co-promoter of Tyson Fury. He promotes Tyson Fury here in the States, Bob Arum. He stated that they have a date and a venue. The date is either May or June, and the venue obviously is going to more than likely be in like Dubai or something like that, something of that nature, okay? Deontay Wilder is scheduled to be able to face the winner of Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, they have a 2-fight deal in place, right, to face off against one another. Then Deontay Wilder get his opportunity. Charles Martin and Andy Ruiz Jr. are 2 good fights, in my opinion. I believe Deontay Wilder will knock out both of these guys. I would much rather see, if this is the case and this unfolds in this manner, I would much rather see Deontay Wilder face off against undefeated, former undisputed junior, cruiserweight, now turned heavyweight, Alexander Usyk in his next fight, because Alexander Usyk is the WBO mandatory. So that means Deontay Wilder can put himself in a mandatory position. And if they have 2 fights, or Deontay Wilder gets the opportunity to fight in between those the rematch, that suits him perfectly, okay? But I would much rather see Deontay Wilder against Alexander Usyk in a high-profile fight, and Alexander Usyk is the WBO mandatory challenger. With that said, I believe that British heavyweight title contender Dillian Whyte, he has a fight coming up against Alexander Povetkin in a highly anticipated rematch after he was brutally knocked out in the first fight. After knocking Alexander Povetkin down twice in that fight, Povetkin got off the canvas to brutally knock out Dillian Whyte. So they're scheduled to fight again March 2nd in a rematch. It was scheduled to take place earlier, but due to the fact that Alexander Povetkin tested positive, he was pulled and removed from the fight. So now it sees they're going into their rematch. I would much rather see Deontay Wilder face off against Alexander Usyk around March, and then face Dillian Whyte later on in the year, if this all unfolds in this manner. This is a big if. Obviously, there's still a lot to be decided. But with that said, if he's not able to come in between the rematch, meaning that he's not able to get the opportunity to fight the winner of the fight before they have the immediate rematch, then I would like to see him fight Dillian Whyte and then go ahead and face off against, the winner of that fight. Obviously, would have to be early 2022. With that said, Deontay Wilder will be 35 years of age at that point in time. Deontay Wilder is currently, Deontay Wilder is already 35 years of age. So he would be going on 32 years of age 36 years of age, by that time. But heavyweights age different in the sport of boxing. And today's time, 35 is still in your prime. The way professional sports and professional athletes are performing today's time. Once again, with that said, I believe he knocks out Charles Martin. And I like Charles Martin, great guy. But I believe Charles Martin will get knocked out by the second round in brutal fashion. And I believe that Andy Ruiz may last because of his slickness and his ability to counterpunch. I think that Andy Ruiz, he's newfound dedication to the sport. He may get to the sixth round, right? And that's being generous. But I believe that Deontay Wilder brutally knocks out both of them. And I definitely believe he brutally knocks out Dillian Whyte. I'm expecting Dillian Whyte to get past Alexander Povetkin in their rematch. And with that said, Deontay Wilder deserves his opportunity. We have to see how this unfolds, obviously. I believe that Tyson Fury will defeat Anthony Joshua in both fights. I think that styles make fights, and if this fight does come to fruition, I do think that Tyson Fury will win this fight. I just think that styles make fights. I think that Tyson Fury's style is all wrong for Anthony Joshua. I think that Joshua is too predictable. He's too slow, and I believe that Tyson Fury will win the fight. With that said, then possibly we get the trilogy match. Hopefully we get the trilogy match because that's what's right. He's contractually bound to face Deontay Wilder in a trilogy match. Deontay Wilder was the champion. He only had one loss, and now he's not being able to get what's rightfully his opportunity to fight for his title back. And that's a shame in the sport of boxing. But with that said, Charles Martin is seeming to be being reported to be the front runner to face Deontay Wilder first if this all unfolds in a manner that it's being talked about and reported. They're talking about Charles Martin is going to be the first person Deontay Wilder faces on his journey back into recapturing these world titles. So let's see how this all unfolds. Like I said, I don't believe that Charles Martin or Andy Ruiz. I think Andy Ruiz is the bigger fight. I think Charles Martin don't get past the second round. But with that said, let's see how this all unfolds and how this all plays out. That's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.